Welcome back, everyone, to this edition of Fly Hard Trucking with me, OKCV. You know what they say of me? He does the best he can with what he's got, which is not a lot of time, but a whole lot of couch cushions and pillows out of place. Yeah. I thought I was ready to go until I realized I couldn't hit the stream marker button on my second tablet because my couch cushion was in the wrong place. I don't know why that was. Anyway, everything's good now. We're ready to go. We are continuing on this unending reinvigorating the old mines task or contract. So far, I've got the cabins in place. I got the bricks in place. I'm going to get the metal rolls soon, and then it's just concrete slabs and fuel. Not sure how much of that I'm going to get done during this hour. Probably get to the metal rolls. I'm here at the fuel station right now. Coming across. Stopping here briefly to get a metal roll to go along with the metal beams I have. Drop off the metal beams, turn them onto 4 more metal rolls, and then come over here and drop it all off. So that will be easy enough, in fact. Well, I'm not sure which. Okay, it's this one. I'm coming here. This one. I'm coming here. So now I can actually. Hopefully, I'm doing this right. Move this to the right place. Move this to the right place, more or less. Somewhat through here. Through here. Down here. Around here. And I hope I'm moving the right ones. You can move around waypoints if you use the add point button while you're on a line. Okay. There. That's the entire path. Take your screenshots now. From the fuel station, I went and got the metal rolls up north. I'm here. And I'm using what is probably the best trailer in the game, most useful, the 5-slot sideboard semi-trailer. It's the best way to carry around 5 slots of items. If you have a 2-slot bed and you attach that a 4-slot trailer, pitch trailer to it, you can get more. You get 6, but the 4-slot hitch trailer is like the number one is to use the ramp flatbed trailer, and that's just such a pain to try to turn around and stuff. It's a real pain to use. Sometimes the ramp legs get caught, you have to lower them to go down. I don't like that trailer. I hate that trailer. Use it as little as possible. There's just a 4-slot bed hitch trailer, but there isn't. There's this 5-slot or sideboard. The 5-slot sideboard semi. There's a 4-slot sideboard hitch trailer. That would be the best. And then you can get 6 slots without all the hassle. Because the 2-slot sideboard trailer is great as a hitch trailer, because you can drag it around, you can unhitch it, winch to the side of it, and turn it around. You can't turn this thing around by unhitching it, obviously, because the legs go down, but it's much easier to turn this around just by backing up the semi-trailer. Backing up one of those hitch trailers where you have the hitch point and the axle points so close together to try to maneuver how to turn, it's so hard. I know my friend Highway Buster, shout out to him, I asked him to, it wasn't much of a challenge. I said, show me how to do this thing of backing up a scout trailer around, but I didn't specify what scout trailer, and so he used a scout trailer that didn't have independent axles, so all he had to do was back it up with one pivot point. And he's like, well, that's easy, I can do that. I should have told him to back up the 4-slot or the 2-slot sideboard trailer. You know, not in a scout, but on whatever. Anyway, I do know how to do it, how to get it turned around, but it's not the way they intended. Winching it from side to side and messing around. I'm going to go right past where I could have gotten another 2 set of metal beams. I got one on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You can't really drive in the cab here because you can't see the right, because this truck is supposedly based on old Soviet missile carrier truck where you have a driver and a co-driver, and the co-driver helps you. Has a separate cab for the co-driver. See this? 2 spaces in front there. The co-driver helps you maneuver or whatever. Maybe you need 2 drivers to hit the launch code or launch off of the missile carrier. I don't think it's like carries the missiles into a launch position, but you know, it parades them around. Anyway, I don't even know if that's true. That's just what I've heard. That's the rumor on the street. All of the Russian vehicles are not real companies because they're based on old Soviet Union trucks, and like, you might find this hard to believe, but it's hard to get a license from the Soviet Union anymore. Who would you even write to try to get rights to use an old Soviet Union truck in your game from a country that doesn't exist anymore? Anyway, it is a Russian company, at least originally a Russian company that made the game. Spintires and commercialized into MudRunner. They hooked up with a publisher, made MudRunner, and SnowRunner, a MudRunner game. Everything's a MudRunner game. Even the games they released have nothing to do with MudRunner, like Roadrunner. It's not Road Builder. Their latest Road Builder, MudRunner game, playing off of that branding, but it's not like MudRunner at all. SnowRunner is like MudRunner. It's like an expansion of MudRunner, but Explorations is not like MudRunner. It's basically takes one piece of SnowRunner and expands on it. And Road Builder is completely different. It's more like I compare it to a farm simulator than farming simulator than like this game. So certainly not a sequel or anything. And they got other games in the works. Same company, Saber developer, Focus, publisher. That's going to be a competitor to like Euro Truck Simulator, American Truck Simulator, which I guess are coming out on console. I gotta go buy them on console. Get my new console set up so I can buy all of those games. I think I would absolutely love those games, but I've wanted to have Euro Truck and American Truck Simulator for a long time. They weren't available. Of course, now I'm committed to my playthrough of this game for the next 8 years, so hopefully less time. I've been kicking around ideas how I can put these on 7 days a week rather than 5 days a week. more time for me. But how can I organize my schedule? I have 1 day off a week now. I'm not going to get rid of that. I already stream 4 days a week. There's no other day when I can really stream, so I'd have to add more time to one of my weekend streams. That means I'd have to also... okay, is this where I'm picking it up? Because I can... where am I? Yes, this is where I'm picking it up. Really? All the way over there, huh? Do I have to, like, come around here and go around? Okay, well, that's fine. I can do that easily enough. The 1 metal roll. There are 2 metal rolls. There were 2 metal beams at each place where I got the metal beams from. So this is exactly the perfect number to get me up to 10 metal rolls, because I have to take these 2 metal beams, or these 2 metal beams, convert them into 4 metal rolls at the construction plant, and then I'll have 5 metal rolls. Then with 5 metal rolls, I can deliver half of the cargo and then go to the other metal beam site. Stop by here on the way. Get another metal roll. This place will be out of metal rolls. The other place will be out of metal beams. Deliver them all, and we're good to go. Metal rolls, 2. Bam. 1. Thank you. I got 5 now. Now I can go deliver these 5. Well, first of all, I have to convert the metal beams to metal rolls. That's on the way to the drop-off point. We have these laid out right. I'm going left here once I get in here. Okay. And that's kind of weird how I made the road, but I've got a lot of games I want to buy this year. And so I need to load up on Microsoft Reward points. Had some expenses this year too, the last few months, household expenses that kind of throwing me for a loop financially. And I think I might have to take my car in too. It's very loud. Something with the exhaust, and it had been running louder and louder, but then I ran over this low curb that was like impossible for me to see, and downtown Minneapolis, some weird curve type force you to turn right at a street when I was just trying to go straight, and the road continued straight across this wide road, but somehow they put a curb to say no, you can only turn left here, you can't go straight. But I could go straight. It wasn't a one-way street going straight. It was a very low curb, but I ended up driving over it. And I think I might have done more damage than was already there, so I have to pay the car in. It's going to be expensive. I'm not a motorhead, despite liking driving games and car driving and truck driving games. I'm not a motorhead. I don't know how to do stuff myself, and I barely know how a combustion engine works. Also, I live in an apartment complex. I can't exactly give myself an oil change out in the parking lot. They would look at me funny and then kick me out. They would look at me funny as the U-Haul is pulling up to throw all my stuff out. It is definitely against my lease terms to start using the parking lot as a service garage. Yeah, I got it. I got a couple of portable jacks, pneumatic jack lifts, lift the truck up, or the car up, get under there with all my muffler and exhaust pipes. I'm sure they'd be fine with that. And I don't know, like, anybody that has a cheap place, and you know, mufflers, I don't want to go to a muffler shop. I've got a car place, a local auto place. They do really good work. They're probably a little bit more expensive for the work they do hourly than other places, but they do a really good job, and even more importantly, they only do the work they need. I've had them tell me before, can you look at this thing? This is on my old car. It was like 25 years old by the time I sold it. Can you look at this thing? That's kind of to go, well, you don't really need to do that. The windows wouldn't roll down. Or like, do you really want to, you know, we have to take the door apart, and, you know, is it really worth doing that? Like, you know, now that you mention it, no, it's not worth doing it. Oh, no, I got this other truck in my way. I got to move the other truck. Stop the engine. Well, this is where I want to go, but I got to get the other truck out of the way in order to move this thing. Where is the... Am I at the... No, where is the construction place? Yeah, that's the construction place I'm at now. So I can do the conversion now, but I gotta get that other guy out of the way. He's at the trailer store. Open storehouse! That's load. Nothing to load? Okay. This is unloading, right, not loading. Okay. Unload 2 metal beams, please. Now construct metal beams into 4. Okay, and now you should have 4 metal rolls in stock. And now load those 4 metal rolls onto the trailer. Bam! Nothing else in stock. 0 in stock. Nothing available. Cool, cool. Thing to go. Now, I want to turn around, and this truck's in my way. So, change truck. Thank you. He would be a good thing to keep around in case I have to check to see what's in the warehouse here. Except I want to go that way, so I can back the trailer up, so. Is there actually a parking spot I can put them in? There's actually a parking spot I can put them in. That's cool. Can I go all the way around here? I might actually be able to go all the way around here. Do I want to risk it? There's one way to find out. Without risking getting the other truck stuck. Now, obviously, I have to be able to get the trailer around too, which may be tricky here. This doesn't look like a good place to go if I'm going to have a trailer with me. Yeah, no, definitely not a good place to go with a trailer. I doubt if I'm going to be able to go around here, even with this thing. I'm just going to get the thing stuck and I'm going to have to... Yeah, that is not a way to go. Okay. Trailer or nose trailer, this big of a truck is not meant to go there. I can see that straight out, and I am getting that stuck. What am I stuck on? That thing? Really? Not this way. Don't drive over that little curb and end up breaking an exhaust pipe. Last time I had exhaust work done, this is my old car. It needed every possible thing on the exhaust done. It was like $1,000 bill. It needed all the pipes and everything. It snows here in Minnesota. And I admit I was not really good about making sure my car had the ice slush cleaned off whenever it snowed. So I ended up with everything rusted out. It finally rusted, like, yeah, you can get up. You can just get on my way. Get you. Am I out of the way enough now? I am. Can this work? Am I too far away? Too far away. Yeah, it finally, how long did I miss to get out of there? Oh, I'm going back that way. Okay. It finally, the floorboard rusted out enough, and they kept telling me at this, you know, my place, you know, the floorboard's got a big hole in it and whatever. Yeah, okay, but I really can't afford a new car right now, and I'll hang on to this as long as I can. And then at one point, my chair, my driver's chair, started to sway. I was like, okay, today I need a new car. But so they actually, the owner of that place actually got a car. He will occasionally, someone want to unload their car, and he had a car. I was gonna go to, like, you know, one of these online car shop places, and I actually had started to put in an order for one, but before it was delivered, I was able to cancel the appointment because he said he had one. I ran down there and looked at it, and it was good. It was a good car for me. So oops, wrong button. So I grabbed it. I haven't regretted it. And it's been a good car. It's now like 18 years old or something. But I hope to keep it a few years, because replacing it at this point would be also an expense that I don't have. Some other things to do this month too before the end of the year. This month being November, as I'm streaming this. Now I know where I'm going, right? I see the marker there. Believe it or not, I know how to get out to where that marker is. I often don't remember these things. Can I do this without knocking over the sign? Maybe. Very likely not. Yes! Haha, success! Now from here, just take the path. The marks I have on it are clear. Because it's not clear on the map exactly where the path goes. It's a muddy path. So on the map, it just looks like a big lake, river, slush pile like thing. But all right, I'm going to get, yes, I could pack by hand probably 10 of these things. And I have the skill to do it. You can pack at least 8 of them. I shove them all back just right. But I can't pack all 10, and I couldn't grab all 4 of the, I couldn't grab all 4 of the the metal beams I needed anyway. So I might as well do this in 2 trips. Not the most efficient. Don't watch me if you want to learn how to play the game well. Well, if you want to watch me, that's okay too. But this is one man's adventure. Will it help if I turn these on? No, that doesn't help to see at all. There should be backup lights or something. Are these annoying? I think they're cool. When I'm taking an oversized load or something, I put them on. Yes, sorry about the... there's no way for me to change just the contrast or the saturation or anything like that. The only setting I can change is a generic brightness setting, and I have it turned up, not all the way. I have it turned up to a compromise setting so that if it's foggy, it won't white out, and if it's dark, it won't black out. But I don't play, I'm playing in normal mode, so I don't play when it's nighttime, but early in the morning and late in the evening in certain locations, and this is one of them, it can get pretty dark. And especially if I'm driving through a forest area or something like that, so. But I tested various settings and in various locations, and I did turn the brightness up some from the default, but I had to make a compromise. I turned it up farther. It made early day, foggy days almost impossible to see when I turned it up more. So hopefully they turn out okay. I know on some screens they're going to look better than others. They always look great on my screen because I've got a decent monitor. I can see darker things with good resolution. But with the Twitch compression and then the YouTube compression over the Twitch compression, I know sometimes there can be a little motion blur too. But with the double compression, you can have, even at 1080p, you can have, it might be difficult to see dark spots. Or if I'm moving quickly through like a forested area, which never happens in this game, but in some of the racing games or in dirt rallies sometimes you'll get some. Okay, I need to get out of here next, so let me look. It looks like I could turn around pretty effectively. And where am I going next when I get here? I'm going basically back to where I came. Yeah, basically back right the way I came. I'm not going to go down this hill. So let me turn the engine off, actually. Well, why don't I go? I just wanted to see if I could turn around. And it looks like I can turn around pretty easily here. Let's make the delivery. This is where I'm delivering the... This is where I'm delivering the... I want to make sure this wasn't like... It looks like... It definitely looks like it's a cabin zone, but it's not. But it looks like a cabin zone. It's what the cabin zones look like. It's going to be a little bit trickier to turn around than... Oh, it's going to be much trickier to turn around than I had anticipated. But I can do it. Is that the manual loading site? It looks like a manual loading site there. I obviously have to still be in the square. Yeah, I went a little bit beyond the 15 degrees, whatever you get. But I'm not going to jackknife. I made it. Look at that. I wouldn't be able to back it into that spot very cleanly, but I don't need to. All right, unload. Stop the engine. Cargo management. Unload cargo. Look at that. 5 metal rolls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bammo. And now, go do it again. Pick up the 2 metal beams at the... Oh, that's where then I'm coming back. Okay. Pick up the metal beams down here. And there's a trailer store there I can refuel at. So, yes. Go back right the way I came. And that location has exactly the 2 metal beams I will need to convert. Yes. Make sure I pick up the metal beams. I think they might have rolls as well, but I'm taking the metal rolls from this other place here because it's also on the way. And yeah, I don't think there's any good way to shortcut around there. And the metal rolls at this one place have just one left. So I'll be very efficient about getting people out of cargo. Am I doing something wrong? Oh, no, here it is. Just somehow through there. And there is a trailer store here. Maybe I'll stop here at the trailer store. Depends on how much fuel I have, because there's another trailer store there I can get fuel at. I'll see when I get there. I would leave the trailer here if I went there anyway. You like the music, but does it get sick and monotonous? Crinklesmusic.com, link in the YouTube description, or Xleon Music and Twitch chat. I am looking for suggestions for their Soundtrack from a Box. Soundtrack from a Box, volumes 21, 23, and 24. I own license to 21 through 24, but so far all of my music is just from 22. Actually, I think I have one from 21. But up to 3 songs from each of those. If I use it, I will make you a VIP for a month on Twitch if the suggestion comes from Twitch. Or if the suggestion comes from YouTube, then I will... I'll do something appropriate for YouTube. I think what I said I would do is pin a comment for a month with a thank you to you. Unless I have a more important message to pin, then I'll just leave a comment without pinning it. A month isn't very long. There probably won't be anything else to pin in a month. It'll be at the start of the year, and so I'll have 2 months. I'll have a month into, January 1st and first week of February. You know, it is going to conflict for a month. First week of February is when I have my next marathon stream, and I'll want a pinned comment for that. I'll give you a month, the month of February, from the first week of February to the first week of March. You'll get a pinned comment because I don't have any other comment I'm going to want to pin. There. How's that? How's that for an incentive? A very vague. Yeah, here you go. Anyway, and I will probably stop at the trailer store here. And even if I don't, I'm going to want to turn the trailer around. So come up here somehow. Turn the trailer around. I want to get it turned around anyway. And I can't, I think there is a way to drive around through here, but it's, yeah, actually, I think I am going to want to drive around through here somehow. There's like things in the way. There's trees in the way. There is a way to drive around there. All right. Let's go do it. I could probably just back the trailer into where I want it. Go to the trailer store, get refueled. Rather than go all the way down to the fuel station, which is not far from there, but rather than go all the way down to the fuel station, I might as well refuel right there because I can. And there's a trailer store up the hill here, where the other ZiKZ is, and I'll always refuel there as well. But I don't think I will need to. I have extra fuel with me, but not an entire tank full. I've got, what do I have, like 48 and 12, like 60 or something like that. So. It's good enough to get me a range. This thing is not a fuel hog. It has a little bit better range than some of the other trucks, big trucks in the game. This is the workhorse. This is the Blue Baron, and the one with the pink livery is the Pink Lady. And then I have my, I don't have nicknames for the other ones. I have my green liveried Rezvani Hercules. And then I have the yellow liveried GMC Brigadier and the orange liveried Jeep Wrangler. And I may eventually find other vehicles to replace those, but before you make a suggestion, they have to be paid DLC vehicles. And one came out this month that might replace one of them. But what I really could use is another scout vehicle that's a little bit more powerful that can carry scout trailers. And again, don't tell me the Tartarus or whatever. I don't even know if that can carry scout trailers. I know the Ford, people love the Ford. The Ford is one, not a paid DLC vehicle, and two, it doesn't help me to carry scout vehicles. I need something to hitch with a scout vehicle. So, but I'm almost certainly not going to get rid of the Hercules because that's like the best scout. Even though it can't hitch to anything. It can winch to things, but it can't hitch to anything. It is the best scout vehicle as far as it has range, tremendous amount of range with all the add-ons you can get it, and it can go through just about everything. And if it falls down a cliff, I like to YOLO with that vehicle a lot. I can like drive off a cliff, let it bounce around, and then it lands back on its tires because of the shape of it. It's like, with all the roof rack stuff, it's like rounded on the top. It's trapezoidal, sure, just rounded on the top, and I'm making sure, no, I'm not going that way. It's like rounded on the top. The wheelbase is much wider than the top is, and with all that rack, it just rolls over till it hits its tires and stays. I had lots of fun driving that thing off of cliffs. Like, okay, I'm going to YOLO now, and I go down the hill, and I try to keep it as level as possible, but then it starts rolling and rolling and rolling, and then gets to the bottom of the hill, and up, back on its feet. It needs some repair points, but you know what? I got 450 repair points on this baby, so I'm fine. I did make the mistake once, not too long ago. I was in this location where I did not use the 450 repair points smartly, and I ended up with shocks that were like broken when I could have used the taken some of the repair points from something else. I had a barely damaged engine, but the shocks were shot, so I could have repaired the shocks without repairing the engine. And instead, it went into the engine, and then I didn't have enough repair points left to do anything with the shocks. Anyway, I have to be smarter next time. I'm not going that way. I'm going this way. Is that where the... Am I? Where am I? There I am. Yes, I'm not going that way because I don't need to go to the trailer store. I have more than enough fuel to get myself down to the other trailer store via the railroad station and picking up the metal beams. So far, I really like this location. Maybe that's because I was coming away from Kola Peninsula, which I absolutely hated. I have not faced a more... It's tempting for me to try to do that on my own, off-screen, on my other save file. But I'm not. I could watch a video. I could watch Rezvani on Wheels do them. I think I already have. I know Amir is infamous. But, you know, I'll be fine. Maybe. Or the series might not go for another 7 years. The series might go for however long it takes me to get to a million and give up and uninstall and stream something else for the rest of my senior years until I inevitably end up in a home where they won't let me speak out loud with nobody else in the room. I mean, one of my roommates, the younger roommate, actually made a reference to something I said. We were discussing some household stuff, and he repeated something I said about how my roommates, when I'm streaming, they can't hear me because they hide in the rooms with the door closed, and they wear over-the-ear headphones with loud music playing, and they drilled holes in the headphones. They can both stick their fingers in the ears at the same time they're listening to music. Something like that. It was funnier when it was spontaneous, but yeah, it was kind of funny. It was funny that my roommate made a reference to that. He must have been not in his room or something at the time. Or he didn't have his headphones on or something. I remember I made that comment because my other roommate walked out into the kitchen, which she does, but she had her headphones on. She couldn't hear a word I was saying. So that's when I ended up making the comment. I'm in the living room, so it's a fairly small 3-bedroom apartment. And the Xbox is set up in the living room, so when I stream, the other bedroom is way too warm. That's why it was set up with my computer and in my bedroom. So it was everything blew up. It overheated. Everything blew up. It's terrible. It's very hot. So yes, it was sad at the time, but then I decided to get an Xbox. When I first got it, more than me played with it. But then my younger roommate, he got his own Xbox, and so he has that in his room. So nobody else, I can't get anybody else to play multiplayer games out here. Funny how that is. It's the people you live with that you spend the least amount of time with, am I right? Familiarity breeds contempt. I've shared apartments with other people and also didn't spend a lot of time with it. Shared a place. It was like a 4-bedroom. I was really young. It was like a 4-bedroom place. I had 3 other roommates. Okay, let's do this in kind of a smart way. This is going to be tricky though because of the railroad tracks. I have to do this over here. But my goal is to turn this thing around so that I can back it into a little bit farther. So I can back it into where the loading thing is. And then possibly. Oh, did I break the 15-degree rule? No, I think I'm fine. A little bit more. A little more up. Straighten, straighten, straighten. More. Straighten, 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 straighten. Okay. A little more turn. Straighten. Straighten. Up, up, up. Hit that ramp. That almost blew it for me. Straighten, 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 straighten. Almost got it perfectly to the right of that center line. That is going to be on the center line now. Actually, I want to get it past the center line so I can actually get the truck in the loading zone. In the pickup zone, in the pickup zone, in the oh, I see this railing is now completely ruined me. I'm just jackknifing it now. I'll pull forward with it. I just need to drag it back some. Oh, don't get it caught though. Definitely don't want to get it caught. I want to be able to drive around it, but still have it in the loading zone. Okay. Do I load it up now? No, because I might have to winch to it or something later. So, to drag it backwards. Detached trailer. Now I'm going to buy this. I'm not going to go around and back into it. I know I can get around, but I don't think I can get around with the trailer. I have to avoid logs and stuff. I almost did that really well. I was almost proud of myself. But then I hit that like single rail line that, you know, the crane that goes on. And yeah, that dug in the dirt into the thing. You know what I'm talking about. I hit that and I got thrown off. I couldn't straighten it. But something was hitting that, straightening me out, putting me at the wrong angle. Anyway, all right. Stop the engine, refuel, and repair, but not from me. Call a refuel station, but not for me. Call a maintenance trailer. And now I can, now I can refuel from the maintenance trailer to my service kit. Of course not to my service kit, to the ZiKZ. Okay, and nothing else needs fuel. And now I can repair, don't recover, from the maintenance trailer. Repair everything, almost no damage, but repair everything, please. And that's it. Now I can sell the trailer because I play in easy mode and I can do such things. Let's restart the engine. Lights are still on. Take off the parking brake. Come back around here through the woods. Again, is kind of tricky. I don't remember exactly where I have to go. Yeah, I think I do go that way. Oh, get around those things. Horn warning. And see, there are, as you can't see, there are two stumps here. You gotta work your way through, and with that trailer it'd be difficult. Plus you have to get over the railroad tracks, and that trailer with its feet might not get over the railroad tracks too smoothly. And then you have to go here where there's a tree and a couple of stumps that you have to get around. And I'm going to have to go forward and back up, otherwise my tires will caught on those stumps, and you don't want that to happen. I changed my view before I changed the angle of the truck, which meant that I didn't have the right angle on the truck. Turn this. Oh, there we go. It's only a little bit stuck. Put the parking brake on if you don't want to drift the wrong way. Alright. Now once I get this hitched up and loaded, I am going to... Oh, look out for that code! Get this loaded up, and then I will take a break on Twitch. Yeah, see this little rail thing, I caught on that, and I couldn't back up the trailer with that thing interfering with me. It threw me off just enough. See? Yeah, see, I'm trying to turn left, and I'm just right on the rail now. I can't get over to load the thing. It's still doing it. Oh, okay. I can't do it over this railing at all. I have to make sure I'm completely here on this side, and then back up straight. I should have enough room. I just back up straight and pitch it. Won't quite be perfectly even, but that's okay. All right, good. Now, again, stop the engine and cargo management. And what do I want? Metal beams. How do I want them? In the trailer. How many do I want? 2. There's 2 left. Out of metal beams. Excellent. And the next task is to get back up here to the metal roll place. I can probably have time yet to mark this. 52 minutes and a half. So I'm going to finish marking this, but I'll do my sign off while I'm doing it. It's not sign off from Twitch, so don't go anywhere. Watch that Twitch. I'll be right back. We got another hour to go. If you're watching on YouTube, that will be it for this YouTube episode. The next episode will be the next weekday at noon U.S. Central Time, which is almost always 6 p.m. in the UK, 1800 hours. Almost never 0600 hours the next day in New Zealand, but it is plus or minus an hour depending on the time of year, thanks to daylight savings time and the difference in northern southern hemisphere. So either way, Twitch, stick around for the next episode, or stick around. I'll be just taking a short break. YouTube, next episode. Either way, thank you much for watching, and let's get a better view. Yeah, I'll see you then.